Hello everyone. I want to talk to you about the purpose of learning a language. Now, on one hand, the purpose of learning is knowing, is knowledge, right? So you learn, you know, you no longer have to learn. But I disagree with that. In my opinion, the purpose of learning is more learning. So the purpose of learning is endless learning. So you learn new words or phrases and they help you learn some more words and phrases. So it doesn't work like you learn something you no longer have to learn. There's always more to learn. There's no ceiling in learning a language. But what is the goal then of learning a language? Where do you stop? Now there's this thing called language stamina. It's the same as your physical stamina. It's your endurance, how much you can take, how long can you go speaking a language, hearing a language, understanding, looking up words, etc. And so the goal with learning a language is increasing your language stamina. The goal is making it infinite so that you wake up, you force yourself to learn, and you don't struggle, you don't stop, you don't get tired, don't get exhausted. You can continue until you go to sleep. So my language stamina is 4 hours roughly. After 4 hours of exposing myself to English, I get tired. So I wake up, most of the time I wake up, I watch something, some TV shows, movies. For example, I recently watched The Diplomat on Netflix. I finished it, 3 seasons. It was hard, but I did it. And now I'm watching today I'm watching Scarface on Netflix. I always watch Netflix, nothing else. And because I have a subscription on Netflix, right? So even though there's no ceiling in learning a language, you can increase your language stamina to the point of never being exhausted of the language, to the point of always being ready to look up new words, expressions, always be able to hear the language, to expose yourself to the language as much as possible. That is the goal. So, and that is why we need exercises to increase our language stamina. We don't only need the mediums of the languages, like literature, movies, TV shows. No, we also need exercises. They increase our language stamina. I mean, there are many factors that contribute to your language stamina. For example, the automaticity of your knowledge, like how much you have to process before you understand something. So for example, on my whiteboard, you can see some words that I've learned today. And if I encounter them today, or let's say even tomorrow, I will have to look them up, or I will have to stop and think about them, about their meanings. But later on, when I already have learned these words, I will no longer have to look them up or stop and think about them. I will automatically process them. So that is to say, my language stamina will increase, right? So I no longer will have to process these words as hard as I did before. So the ultimate goal here is to make your language stamina so high that you can go for extended periods of time of exposing yourself to a language, like 16 hours at a time, right? So from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, 16 hours. For some more, for some less. So again, it's not about not having to look words up anymore. No. It's about not being exhausted because of it, because of looking up words, thinking about their meanings, remembering the words, memorizing them. So all of it has to become effortless. Okay guys, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a like button, please. Have a nice day. Goodbye.